Hi gang, real quickly let's look at a problem that requires you to calculate the modified internal rate of return. Particularly then we'll expand that and try and compare those two projects that have unequal lives. So here actually is the problem. It says Singing Fish Fine Foods has $2,150,000 for capital investments this year and is considering two potential projects for the funds. Project 1 is updating the deli selection of the store for an additional food service. The estimated annual after-tax cash flow of this project is $700,000 per year for the next 5 years. Project 2 is updating the vine section of the store. The estimated annual after-tax cash flow for this project is $640,000 for the next 6 years. The appropriate discount rate for the deli expansion is 9.8%, and the appropriate discount rate for the wine selection is 8.5%. What is the MIRR for each project? Let's go ahead and calculate that first. First thing we want to do, I set up kind of a basic little table to get us going. We want to compare the two projects. So we had an outflow initially for both projects the same amount, $2,150,000. So let's go ahead and write that in here. $2,150,000 cash outflow. That's the same for both projects. So I have that designated as my investment. Investment 1 then will receive after-tax cash flow of $700,000 per year for 5 years. So I have that for year 1. Let's carry that down through 5 years. Project 2 will be $640,000 for 6 years. So this is where that unequal lives is going to come into play. But first, let's calculate that modified internal rate of return. For project 1, which is the deli, we had a discount rate of 9.8%, and for the wine, 8.5%. Now, Excel, again, it makes our lives so much easier. Let's let it do all the hard work. Come up here, Formulas, click on Financial. We'll scroll down to the MIRR. And I love this box because it tells you exactly what to plug in there. Values. Alright, our values are going to be our investment plus all of our cash flows. The finance rate, that would be the rate that we had to borrow at. And then the reinvestment rate. For this problem, we're going to assume they're the same, but the reinvestment rate could be different. And then we'll go ahead and click OK. So it tells us 14.64% is our internal rate of return modified for the deli. Let's do the same thing now for the wine. The values, now we have 6 periods worth of inflows, so it's slightly different than our previous calculation. Otherwise we could have copied the formula over. Ooh, 14.14. So in this case, just looking at them, the deli would have a higher modified internal rate of return, so that one would be preferable. However, since they do have unequal lives, what they tell us to do is to go ahead and equalize those. So we'll go ahead and make this deli one a 6-year life, assuming we would have no cash inflows in that 6th year. However, we would still be earning interest on the monies that had been invested up until that point. So let's go ahead and we'll run that calculation one more time. But we're going to run it for the 6 periods now. Start with the investment, drag it all the way down. Finance rate, 9.5. Go ahead and use the same thing for the reinvestment rate. Oh, look at what happens to that internal rate of return. It drops, in which case now the wine would be preferable. So, hope that helps you with those calculations. Thank you.